Forget everything you think you know about Bonnie. If I'm right, Secret of the Mimic is about to reveal his true legacy and how it could end the Mimic for good. We know that Secret of the Mimic starts where it all began. We know that Edwin's grief, combined with the Mimic One's imitation learning, set something very dangerous in motion. Over a course of 2 weeks, after the Mimic is initially destroyed in a fit of Edwin's rage, Edwin was working on projects in his personal workshop. And the final animatronic he worked on was Bonnie. If my theory is correct, over the course of these 2 weeks, Edwin would begin to notice things. Small malfunctions and just overall strange behavior of the Murray Costume Manor systems. This was the Mimic One software slowly infecting the network of Murray's Costume Manor. It would begin manipulating other animatronics, dismantling core behaviors in the system. And Edwin, still in his workshop, found himself under siege. Not necessarily from the physical Mimic endoskeleton, but from his own creations, now acting unpredictably and violently. In an effort to contain the crisis, he disconnects his current project, Bonnie, in an effort to isolate it from the network entirely. He realized that the physical destruction of the Mimic was not enough to stop it. If he wanted to truly stop the Mimic, he would need to fight code with code. And this is what leads to the creation of MXES, a digital antivirus software embedded within Bonnie, an advanced firewall with one mission: contain the Mimic. Bonnie didn't just house MXES, he was the only safe vessel for it to inhabit. This is because Edwin was working on Bonnie while all this was happening. He was disconnected from the system and thus safely out of the Mimic's reach. Edwin didn't just leave behind a machine, he left behind a guardian. And that guardian had one mission: to stop the Mimic. With Bonnie as its vessel, it became more than an antivirus code. It became a silent sentinel, watching, containing, and resisting the Mimic's influence. Bonnie became the only animatronic Edwin could truly trust. And this became his final act of atonement. And for a time, it worked. We know that this containment wasn't permanent. Decades later, when the Pizzaplex was built upon the old bones from the past, an old threat also emerged. The Mimic found a new form, a new opportunity, and it remembered exactly what had stopped it before. And that's when it struck. When security breach begins, Glamrock Bonnie is gone. And from Ruin, we know that he was mysteriously destroyed. At the time, not many people saw the relevance of his lifeless corpse behind the bowling alley, but I think we now know its true purpose: to showcase the effects of the Mimic's revenge. When the Mimic reawakens underneath the Pizzaplex decades later, he knows exactly who Bonnie is and what he had inside him. MXES was once given a body, Bonnie's body, and now that body had to be destroyed. So the Mimic, using whatever influence he had over the Pizzaplex's systems, destroyed Glamrock Bonnie. Out of revenge, yes, but also to potentially sever any connection MXES had with the real world. And we see this exact scenario play out in Ruin. MXES still exists, but it's trapped behind a digital layer. Using the security nodes and the firewalls of the Pizzaplex system, it protects against the Mimic's full escape, but it can't affect the real world anymore, because its vessel, Glamrock Bonnie, is gone, destroyed. Confining MXES to purely digital space making him less powerful and making him fight a losing battle. So, what will Secret of the Mimic solve about Bonnie? I believe that it will show that Bonnie and his future counterpart, Glamrock Bonnie, are foundational to the creation of MXES, in that they were the seed of the only real hope we ever had in stopping the Mimic. In that Glamrock Bonnie we find behind Bonnie Bowl, just the remnants of a digital war raging in the shadows since 1979. Bonnie's legacy might be a silent one, but it echoes through the silent halls of the ruined Pizzaplex. And if I'm right, we're about to hear where it all began. Well, that's my theory. I can't wait to dive into this game and dig through the secrets and see if this timeline actually holds up. I'll admit, some of this is speculative, but Bonnie being Edwin's final project in the books, that is no coincidence. Not with the MXES terminal staring us in the face in ruin. What do you guys think? Am I onto something here? Let me know in the comments below, and stay tuned. Because when it comes to Fazbear's legacy, nothing stays buried forever.